Hello! I am here to give you some tips on the rebranding of Genie Plus. And it's a little confusing, and I made this lovely chart, and then I'm like, is it going to be backwards for you? I hope it's not backwards. But it wouldn't surprise me because that's the way I roll. I don't know how to work things technology-wise, I just try. Okay, so if you are a Disneyland seeking individual, Genie Plus is now, as of July 24th, Genie Plus is just going to be called the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, and then they'll still have the single lightning lanes. So the only thing that's changing in Disneyland is the name. That's the only difference. And I think it's just a little bit clearer because they already have the single lightning lanes. So rides that you would purchase a single lightning lane are the more popular ones, like Rise of the Resistance. You would purchase it that day. You can also get, like, I'm pretty sure Tiana's Bayou, when it comes out, there will be a single purchase for that lightning lane. So any of the extremely popular rides, like in Disney California Adventure, Radiator Springs Racers, that one's a lightning lane purchase. The multi-pass is more for, like, what we're familiar with Genie Plus, is you get a lightning lane for certain rides like Space Mountain, and once you use it, you can book another one. So that's how that one works. Walt Disney World is totally different, and we're going to talk about it, so hopefully I can help you understand it. Here's my beautiful chart. So let's talk about if you are staying, does this one say on property? Yeah. So if you are staying on property in Disney World, so this is in Florida, so Florida seeking Disney World people, what happens with that if you are staying on property? And the nice thing about staying on property in Disney World is a couple of things. You can get in earlier to the park, and it's closer to the parks, and it's not like Disneyland. Disneyland only has like deluxe hotels that you can stay in, like the top tier. It's a lot to stay there financially. But in Disney World, they have more economy, more cost-friendly places that you can stay. So it's a little less overwhelming, pretty much because they're their own town. So they have plenty of space to do that. So if you are staying on property and you wanted to purchase a Genie Plus, you can get that, purchase 3 lightning lanes, so 3 rides that you want to do up to 7 days in advance. And then if you're staying for up to 14 days, that's as far out as you can go to book those lightning lanes per day. So 3 per day. And then they're like fast passes, and you can get them, you have to get them at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you book it that way, okay? Let me just make sure I've got all my notes. If you are, yep, I said everything. If you're not staying on property, which is totally fine, you can book them up to 3 days in advance. And same thing, it's 14 days if you're staying for that long, but anything after that, you'll have to wait until later to book those lightning lanes. Same thing applies. Once you use them, you can book a new one, but if there's like 3 rides that you're like, ride or die, I've got to go on it, that's the case. Now here's the sneaky part. And this is the same for both if you're staying on and off property. There's different tiers of the multi-pass rides. So it's tier A or tier 1. That would be like Big Thunder Mountain, Tiana's Bayou, more high demand rides. You get to book 1 of those for your lightning lane multi-pass. For tier B or tier 2, you can book 2 of those. So if you're looking to book these lightning lanes in your multi-pass, you can only book 3 per day, but one's a tier A or a tier 1, and then you can book 2 at the tier B site, which would be more like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, a little more quicker moving, easier to get on, but still might want a lightning lane. For the single passes in Disney World, and you got to remember, there are 4 parks in Disney World. For those, there is a single rider, like a single lightning lane that you can purchase. Those are Tron, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs Mine Train, Guardians of the Galaxy, Pandora, and Rise of the Resistance. So it's like 2 in one, and then there's 1 in each of those, like Pandora's in, oh my gosh, Animal Kingdom, Rise of the Resistance is in Hollywood Studios. So you can only purchase 2 of those a day for the single lightning lane. Only 2 a day. So if you're gonna hop around, realize you can only purchase 2 a day if you're gonna park hop. So realize that. If there's the 2 rides in one park, then that would make sense as well. But you can only purchase those 2 a day. I know, it's crazy. Here are some pluses with the multi-pass and the lightning lanes. You can purchase the multi-pass and the single lightning lane at the same time. Before, you couldn't do that. When you'd have to go out, you'd have to purchase one, go back in and purchase the others. So now you can purchase it all at the same time. And then now you can select times. And hopefully the idea is that the app is kind of reading your schedule. So if you've booked a reservation at a restaurant, then it won't give you that as a time option because it knows you're already going to be eating somewhere. So it's a little bit smarter in that respect, but that way it wasn't like that before. You just kind of hoped to get the time that you wanted, but this way you can select times as well as purchasing everything that you want to purchase. I hope that made sense. It's a lot to understand, especially for Walt Disney World. Disneyland, we're like, okay, great, thanks. I've been to Disney World twice, and it is overwhelming anyway, but understanding this, I think the idea is it used to be fast passes for free that you could book if you were staying on property 60 days in advance, and now it's 7 days, and you have to pay for it. And it used to be 30 days if you were off property, and now it's 3 days, and it still comes at a price. But this might help you with planning a little bit more. If there's rides that you are like really wanting to go to, this kind of gives you an opportunity, if you're wanting to purchase the multi-pass or the single pass, to realize how it works, and hopefully that helps you. So just to reiterate, I hope I help. This is just to reiterate, 3 a day, on property 7 days in advance, off property 3 days in advance. Remember, you get 1 tier A, 2 tier B lightning lanes, and the single passes you can get 2 a day for across the park. So if you're park hopping, you can only get 2 a day for the single lightning lanes. I think I got everything. I hope this helps you. Best of luck on your trips. I'm excited for you to get to go to all these amazing places. It's amazing. Like and subscribe.